Hello. In this video today we're going to talk about how to set up the Parker Automation Controller with the PAM software for communication with a universal robot over the Modbus TCP protocol. So to go ahead and get started, we'll go to File, New, and we'll select an empty project and we'll give it whatever name we'd like. And once we hit OK, it's auto-populating everything we've got here on the left. The first thing to do is select your PAC and scan the network, and if we were actually connected to a PAC it would show up there. We can hit the OK button, and when we hit OK that green light would show up showing us that we've got connections. You can see once we connect to the PAC all of that will show up below. Next thing we're going to do is add a global variable list. This is a list of variables that we can use throughout the entire program. I'm just going to go in here and show you what I've got. I've got some variables that are going to be outputs and some variables that are going to be inputs going to the Compax3 drive and also going to the Universal Robot as well as the embedded Xpress visualization software. So next what we're going to go and do is show you the ETH motion. This is one of the structured text programs that controls the basic motion. Up top are my variables, and I'm creating instances of certain PLC open motion function blocks. And then basically this program just does is it waits for a home command from the visualization software and then just extends and retracts the ETH actuator. This structured text program we have here just handles some I/O and some buttons. And now we're going to go dip into the EtherCAT master and make sure its event type is external event. Okay, and then what we can do is we can basically drag our POUs, or program organization units, down into the EtherCAT master task so that they're given a time slice when we run the project. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to scan our EtherCAT network to basically find devices on there. So if we were actually connected, you would see that the the Compax3 would show up, as well as maybe a few PAC I/O modules if you had them on there, and it's going to auto-populate underneath. You can see right here we've got a Compax setup. We can click on Compax to make sure the settings are correct. We want to make sure our set as distributed clocks, and make sure the EtherCAT mapping is set to enable to always in the bus cycle. Now when we click on ETH, we can set some software limits. Just put the software limit way up, set our velocity ramp so that it's a smooth profile, and now we're doing scaling. We've got a 2000 line encoder, post quadrature gives us 8000 counts. And just use a parent bus cycle for the ETH and we should be good to go. And now we're going to add our Modbus TCP slave device. This will be basically done by adding a device called Ethernet under the PAC, and under the Ethernet device we'll go ahead and add our Modbus slave. And our Modbus slave is where we're taking in all of our inputs and outputs from the embedded Xpress software. So if we go ahead and expand some of these variables, you can see some I've already created, and they're just instances of the variables from my global variable list. So home ETH, start ETH, home UR, start UR, some grabs, and then we've got our outputs, some position outputs we're sending, which are words, and then we've got some bits we're sending out, that's homing and starting in the universal robot. So once we've set up all of that, the next thing and the last thing we have to do is basically go online, make sure we're connected to the PAC, go online and start the program.